Welcome to the She's Not Sorry podcast, summer season. I'm Julie, founder of INCANDERE and the creator of She's Not Sorry, a continuing audiovisual series for women reclaiming their voice, truth, visibility, and personal authority. This summer season is about the woman who is done shrinking, done over-apologizing, and ready to hear herself again. Through storytelling, teaching, and reflection, we'll explore topics such as personal growth, human behavior, relationships, wellness, leadership, and what it means to become a woman who no longer apologizes for her truth. Let's begin. Today's episode is called The Sentence You Keep Swallowing. And I want you to think about that sentence, not the polished one, not the safe one, not the one you have edited so many times in your mind that it barely resembles the truth anymore. I'm talking about the sentence that keeps rising in your body before your mind talks you out of it. The one that sounds like, I don't want this anymore, or that hurt me, or I need more. I know what I know. I'm not available for this version of myself anymore. I want to be seen. I want to be taken seriously. I am done pretending I am fine. Every woman has a sentence like this, and sometimes it lives in your throat. Sometimes it sits in your chest. Sometimes it shows up as resentment, exhaustion, irritation, anxiety, or that quiet feeling that your life technically looks fine, but something inside you feels deeply unseen. And for a lot of women, that problem is not that we do not know the truth. The problem is that we were trained to calculate the cost of saying it. Will they be upset? Will I sound dramatic? Will I seem ungrateful? Will this make things awkward? Will I disappoint someone? Will I make the room uncomfortable? So instead of saying the sentence, we manage the room. We become easy. We become agreeable. We become helpful, impressive. We become the woman who can hold it all, handle it all, understand it all, forgive it all, and explain herself gently enough that no one has to feel the full weight of her truth. There are 3 common reasons women swallow the sentence, and the first one is conditioning. Many women were taught, directly or indirectly, that their value is connected to being pleasant and flexible, generous, emotionally available, easy to love. And so when a woman feels something disruptive rise in her, she may automatically suppress it because she has learned that keeping the peace is safer than telling the truth. The second is fear of consequence. And this sentence may be honest, but honesty can change things. It can change relationships. It can change how people see us. It can require action. Sometimes women avoid the sentence not because they are confused, but because they know once they say it, they can no longer unknow it. And the third is lack of practice. Voice is a practice. Truth is a practice. Clarity is a practice. If you've spent years minimizing your needs, explaining away your feelings, or adjusting yourself to keep other people comfortable, then telling the truth may feel very unnatural at first. Now, that doesn't mean the truth is wrong. It means that your nervous system is learning a new pattern. The sentence you keep swallowing does not disappear. It becomes distance, resentment. It can become tension in the body. It can become over-explaining. It becomes performing. It becomes disappearing inside a life you technically chose, but no longer fully recognize. This is not about being reckless with your words. It's not about saying everything to everyone. This is not about turning honesty into harm. This is about learning to respect the fact that your voice is information. Your voice tells you where you are out of alignment. Your voice tells you where you are betraying yourself. Your voice tells you where a relationship needs truth. Your voice tells you where your work needs to evolve. Your voice tells you where your body is tired and what it's tired of carrying, what your mouth refuses to say. So the first practice is not necessarily saying the sentence out loud to someone else. The first practice is admitting it to yourself. You can write, the sentence I keep swallowing is ... And then do not make it pretty. Do not make it spiritual. Do not make it palatable. Let it be honest. Maybe it is small. Maybe it is inconvenient. Maybe it is terrifying. Maybe it is, I don't want to keep being the strong one. Maybe it is, I'm tired of being chosen only when I am useful. Maybe it is, I want to build something of my own. Maybe it is, I'm not as happy as everyone thinks I am. Maybe it is, I have more to say. The sentence is not a problem. The sentence is a doorway. And a lot of women spend years standing at the doorway, decorating it, explaining it, analyzing it, overanalyzing it, and calling it healing. But eventually, you have to walk through. She's Not Sorry exists for that moment. The moment when a woman stops apologizing for having a voice. The moment she stops shrinking the truth so that it can fit inside someone else's comfort. The moment she realizes that silence may have kept her safe once, but is not the same thing as freedom. So I want you to reflect on this practice. Here's a reflection practice for this episode. Take out a notebook, open your notes app, or simply sit with these questions. Okay? First, complete the sentence. The sentence I keep swallowing is ... Finish that sentence. And then ask yourself, what does it cost me to keep this sentence inside? And finally, what would change if I admitted this truth to myself first before trying to explaining it to anyone else? You do not have to send the text. You do not need to have the conversation today. You do not have to turn your entire life upside down. You only have to begin by telling yourself the truth. This is where the voice returns. This has been the She's Not Sorry podcast, summer season, a continuing audiovisual series from INCANDERE for women reclaiming their voice, truth, visibility, and personal authority. I'm Julie, and this is She's Not Sorry. Subscribe for the next episode in the summer season, and remember, your voice is not the problem. The apology was.